Alright guys, here are my updated top 12 free plugins in 2025. Some of these are released, in earlier years, but they're still just as good today. Some of them are more recent. So here they are in no particular order. Number one is the Hot Cold from 23. Well, actually, the company is called DSP, 23 DSP. This one is really great saturation because it has a really great effect on the low end in your sound as well, and it works great on drums. All right, yeah, so that's a fat one, really, really nice. Okay, the next one is the 23 Tape. So from the same company, they've also got a really high quality tape emulation plugin. And you can put in these lovely wow and flutter tape effects, which are great to add like variation into your more static channels, one shots and things like that. So, but it sounds really, really great. So that's just as good, in my opinion. The next one is the Kilohertz Compactor, but I would actually include the whole Kilohertz free bundle in this as a plugin. So make sure you get all the free stuff, especially the clipper, the transient shaper, the distortion, the stereo. But yeah, the compactor is obviously the most recent free one, and I've recently done a video about this explaining it in detail, but it's definitely the best tool that I've used for sidechaining so far. So it's great for getting your low end really powerful and separating your bass and your kick in the best possible way. So you've got to get the compactor. Next is the Beam Haze. This is excellent. I use this all the time, and it's just got a lovely amount of presets here, and I always find one that I like to add some extra spice and variation to my layers and things like that, So the Beam Haze is wonderful. Then the Minimal Audio Formant. I love this one too. It's really great at adding, new frequencies into your sound in a really clean way, and you can use it on stuff like drums to bring out the high end even more. So the Formant for Minimal Audio, really, really high quality, sick plugin. The Ruiner, this is a old classic, but I still use it loads today, and it's got great. It's a great, over the top distortion plugin. But once you learn how to dial in the settings, and use modulation as well, you can get really interesting distortion tones that are like really cool new harmonics. And if you use it in your layering, especially with convolution reverb, you can get really, really sick sounds using Ruiner, and it always it never fails to surprise me. Then I've got another tape plugin. This is a little bit like the 23 tape, but it has a different sort of color to it, And so this tape plugin is the OCS 45 from Spectral Audio, discontinued company. You have to go to their home page, and then you can download their 3 plugins for free. But make sure you access via the home page, not on the product page. Otherwise, you'll get the wrong link. So go to the home page of Spectral Audio, and you'll be able to get this plugin for free that way. And this one is great for, again, adding tape emulation sounds, and it has really nice noise settings here, and it's got a dry wet as well, and it's really great for doing like lo-fi stuff. So it's really nice to add characters to some of your layers in your track as well, in any genre you're working in. Then the next is the T Saturator. This one's great when you put the quality on ultra. And you can use multiband to pimp out the high end of your sound with saturation. So it's a great free multiband saturation tool. I really, really like that one recently as well. That's a very new one for me, but definitely part of my toolbox now, as is the Magic 7, which is a wonderful reverb. And I've run it against a lot of other reverbs that I use, and it just has a really massive sound. Even just the presets you got here, you can dial in the low and the air, mix it in. It doesn't have a dry wet knob separately, which is a little bit of a shame, but just because the reverb quality is so good, I don't mind setting up a new channel, putting my mix on 100, and then using that as a main reverb to really enhance one of my sounds. So the Magic 7 is great. And then, the next plugins are kind of older ones, but they're just still great today. So for one, it's the M Convolution Easy from Melda Production. It still has some of my favorite convolution reverbs that I still often use, like the Thickener, the Phil Collins, the Nonlinear. I sometimes even like the little sound design things for really tight, weird resonant sounds. So for a free reverb plugin though, it's really, really nice. So that's still one of my favorites this year. And then the last couple are just, it's the Kilohertz Clipper. This kind of ties in, already with the compactor. So I guess maybe it's 11 plugins, not 12, but shoot me, hey? But yeah, the Clipper from Kilohertz is just as important as the compactor, if not more, because I think it is the highest quality Clipper plugin that I've ever seen. And a little bonus tip, if you take your output down to minus 0.01 and save that as your default, then you'll make sure that your signal's always in the green and not in the red, So, but then you can also, boost up your input here on your channels and keep the Clipper on by keeping this at minus 0.01. And then you can get the most volume from all of your channels and your master. So that's really, really good because it's high quality too. And then finally, we also have our trusty friend Span, which is obviously the best free plugin in the world because it's the best analyzer that I've ever used, and it's just really good at giving you a great sonic representation of what's going on in your track. And for a free plugin, it's excellent. So those are my roundup of, I guess, the plugins I personally use the most this year, that I have used the most this year, free ones. And a lot of them new, some of them old, but all still relevant today in my production workflow, and I really rate the quality on all of these guys. So thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button as well, it really means a lot to me. Leave a comment down below and subscribe as well, that really helps me out. And check out the video descriptions as well, because in there you'll find links to my Patreon, which is a great community. We have a great Discord in there with loads of friendly guys who will help you along your journey. So come and get some extra feedback and develop some accountability by joining our group and join our feedback live streams. Also, if you guys need any presets for Serum, Phase Plant, and Current and Vital, sometimes it could be great to load up some high quality presets and just get a vibe going in your track without spending hours in sound design. I'm also someone who does this. I don't always design my own sounds. I sometimes, use sample packs or things like that as well, just to get a vibe going. So grab some of my presets off my website and it'll help you out during your creative block moments. And finally, if you really want to level up your sound, like at the highest possible rate that you can, then book some lessons in with me one-on-one, because I'll be able to pinpoint exactly where you're going wrong and show you how to get up to my level and even beyond. So also, one more thing, you can also write me by email if you have any questions about my lessons, and you can write me about mastering as well, because I'm really good at mastering when it comes to drum and bass, but I actually master all genres of electronic music and even some acoustic music as well, So hit me up for mastering and you'll get a much higher quality result when you pick me to master your tracks than using like a generic AI software, because I'll be able to put the right feeling into the master and figure out what frequencies actually need to be enhanced, because the AI will just do it sort of randomly, or it'll do it to its, specific idea, but it won't necessarily sound as high quality, because you need to have the human input to know which parts of the song to like exaggerate or enhance. So it's actually going to be a lot higher quality when you pick me to master your tracks. So thank you very much for listening and watching. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Much love.